All right, so you're probably watching this video because you want to find a way to increase your exit velocity. And if you've seen any of my prior YouTube videos, you're gonna see that there's one where I discuss the importance of exit velocity and how much it really impacts your slugging percentage. So in this video, I'm gonna do 3 biomechanical movements that you can do in your game right now to quickly increase your exit velocity to add 5 miles an hour. Stay tuned and we'll get started with the first one right now. So the first biomechanical movement that I see hitters make in their swing is a lot of hitters, they don't sink into their back leg enough. As hitters, we want to be able to try to transfer energy. So that's our body being able to transfer our mass into the baseball, which means we have to go forward. So when we go forward with power, that means we have to create negative movement by moving back into our back leg. If you can imagine just like dunking a basketball or just doing a straight vertical jump, you don't just go straight up. You actually have to go down and then up. And it's the same concept here when we're hitting. We're trying to get our body to go towards the baseball, so we need to move back and load up in the biggest muscles in our body so we can then push and transfer our weight going forward into the baseball. This is gonna create that additional power that you need to increase your exit velocity and be able to drive the ball to the outfield. So make sure you're sinking in your back leg and pushing off and driving and creating that linear energy that goes straight in the baseball and gets the power that you need. And that right there is your first tip as to how to improve your exit velocity. All right, tip number 2 that I see hitters make, mistakes on is not creating enough hip rotation. So if you want to imagine when we're creating hip rotation, all we need to do is turn our hips. Just like how we create negative energy going into our back legs so we can get going forward, we create negative energy with our hips by internally rotating them so then we can externally rotate in our swing to create that power with our core. And our core is going to be our second biggest engine when it comes to generating power. So that right there is your second tip as to how to create power using your core and using your hips. All right, and the third biggest flaw I see hitters make that can add to your exit velocity is being able to get our hands back in our swing. This creates an elastic motion that allows our upper body to follow our core and follow our legs. The strength is generated here and here. And all we're doing with our arms is we're creating elasticity for our legs and core to pull them through. Now, be careful when we're getting our hands back. What I'll see a lot of hitters do is they get very locked up here and their hands are stuck, and then they kind of have T-Rex arms going to the baseball and don't create a lot of elasticity and don't have much flexibility. So make sure we're reaching our hands back and not around. We're really letting that elbow straighten out so we can be a lot shorter to the baseball. If we don't bend our arms and we just wrap around our head, what we're gonna be doing is we're actually gonna be creating wrapping. Wrapping creates a longer path to the baseball and doesn't necessarily create more power. So we're actually shorter to the ball that way. So make sure we're moving our hands back. All right, there you have it. Those are 3 techniques that you can use today to quickly add 5 miles an hour to your exit velocity. Now, keep in mind, these aren't the only 3 things that make up a hitter. There's a lot of other things that go into making a good hitter. We have to have timing. We have to have good pitch recognition. We have to have good pitch selection, hand-eye coordination. There's so many different things that go to this art. And these are just 3 things that you can do from a biomechanical standpoint that would make a difference in your game today. So make sure you're getting your reps in and keep practicing.